These two struggled to find love so much because they were each other's soulmates. Hi everybody, welcome to Mind and More, where we talk about anything that comes to mind and more. This is a delayed observation, but I've only just realized the parallels between How I Met Your Mother and Friends. Barney is Joey, Robin is Rachel, Lily and Marshall are Monica and Chandler, and most importantly, the two I'll be discussing today, Ted and Ross. Ted is Ross. I don't know who copied who, but Friends came before How I Met Your Mother, so make of that what you will. Ross and Ted were the worst of friends in How I Met Your Mother respectively, and they deserved to end up alone. Yes, I said that. If they didn't end up alone, they should have ended up together because they're nearly identical. True soulmates. In another life, Rachel could have ended up with Joey, or anyone else for that matter, and Robin would have also ended up alone as well, while Ross and Ted would have lived together as best friends for the rest of their miserable lives. But I don't want to get carried away with what could have been. Let's keep it short and sweet. I'm going to quickly go through the similarities between Ross and Ted. For starters, they were both the nerds of the group. Both were university professors, with Ross specializing in paleontology, while Ted specialized in architecture. They could have had very long coffee chats discussing things that no one else cares about. But there is a difference here. While Ross, I think, achieved his career goals a little earlier than Ted struggled a little bit. Secondly, they were both desperate for love. They were always looking for the one, but never really going about it the right way. And the main reason things would never go well is because they were both fixated on one woman throughout their respective show. And that's the third similarity. Ross was hung up on Rachel, while Ted was obsessed with Robin. None of the relationships they pursued or claimed to want ever really had a chance, because they always truly wanted someone else. Another thing is they both suffered from nice guy syndrome. They both thought they were sweet and sensitive romantics, when in actual fact they were self-centered people who needed to be real with themselves before they were even ready to even start thinking about seeing anyone else. On top of this, Ted and Ross are both jealous. Ted couldn't help but be jealous when Robin was going out with Dawn and when she was with Barney. Similarly, Ross made a fool out of himself on his double date with Rachel and Joey, while trying to prove that he was not jealous and okay with them being together. Let's also not forget that they both had times when they dated their students. And finally, they both had bad luck at wedding altars. This was a sign. Ross said the wrong name at the altar, while Ted got left with one. All in all, they both suck, but Ross would own up to his mistakes sometimes. Many times he was aware of the things he could work on. Also, although they were both desperate, self-centered, and insecure, for every flaw that Ross had, Ted topped it. Ross walked, so Ted could run. I may not be the biggest fan of both their personalities, but Ross had way more redeeming qualities, and honestly, Ross was so much funnier. Anyway, I said this video was going to be quick, so to close this off, yes, they were very similar, but Ross was the better man of the two. When I first started this video, I said that Ross and Ted were the real soulmates, but I take that back. Even Ross deserved better than Ted.